Welcome back to Beyond Bourbon. We've been talking basketball for the past few minutes.
Don't look at this.
Yeah, first time we're filming since that terrible loss. But we're excited to be back here. It feels like it's been a while since we filmed like a normal video, and we're coming back to old classic bottom shelf bangers. Season 4, episode 3.
Yeah.
So season 4, episode 3. We missed last week just because we had a lot going on from bourbon hunting, filming other stuff, and kind of just got caught up in all that.
Yep.
But we're back now, and we're very excited. I poured this one for Jared. I'm excited to see what you think. I've not had this either. This was a fresh crack, so it might need some time to open up.
Okay.
But I have heard some pretty good things. It's kind of hard to find a nose there, right?
It's got flavor, but nothing specific, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I smell bourbon. I just don't have it.
That's a good way to say it.
Because sometimes on the bottom shelf, it just smells like water.
Yeah.
Right? It smells like bourbon. I don't have a note, though.
I think it has some proof there.
Yeah.
But
I get like a vanilla, like frosty maybe, like just very light.
There's a bit of a spice deep down in there.
Absolutely.
And it has a little bit of an ethanol burn on the nose.
I get some cinnamons finally. It smells a little bit like a snickerdoodle, but just not super sweet snickerdoodle.
Yeah, that's a good point. It has a spiciness though.
A graham cracker or something, like a cinnamon graham cracker.
Yeah. All right, maybe we can try it and do a little.
I hope so.
Open it up a little. Cheers. That's just some good structure. Good finish too. Wow.
No fruitiness at all.
No fruitiness.
No fruitiness at all.
It's a little bit spicy, like baking spicy. On the like right now, that's what I'm tasting my tongue.
You get bread.
It's very bready.
A lot of bread on that one for me.
That's what the mouth feels like too. You know, like when you eat bread, like it kind of coats your mouth. Mm-hmm. That's what that feels like.
It's cinnamon bread. I just wish it had a little bit of more butter on it or some like salted butter to give it that little.
It's not complex.
No.
I think that's the thing from the nose, the palate is what we're missing so far, is the complexity.
But the feel and the structure of this product for the price range is really good. Mm-hmm. I would not imagine, based off of those two factors, that this was cheap by any means. You know, got a pretty decent color to it.
It was way darker than I expected when I poured it out of the bottle. And you see it in the glass, it's always a little different.
It's unique. I haven't had anything like this.
I would agree with that. And I would be happy with someone poured this for me.
Yeah.
This might be a good intro to the night, if you're drinking multiple things. Because I think this kind of sets the bar of hey, here's something with a good mouthfeel. This is something with a good finish. Nothing that's gonna burn you, but nothing that tastes like water either. This might be a good starting point for me in the future.
I like that. It's a good way to describe this one.
All right, let's give it a little score here before you start guessing some.
It's getting opened up on the nose. This is a pretty good, solid product. It might not be exactly what I'm looking for every night, but an occasional pour, I would be quite happy with this product. Out of 50, I've got to go. It's hard. I haven't done these scoring in a while.
I don't remember scoring for a while.
Our scale. It's been 3 weeks since we filmed these. I feel like 34. I don't know.
I think I'm going to go 35. It's right around there for me. It's very good.
It's good.
And I've been thinking as you were scoring, this might be the perfect cocktail whiskey. Because it has that finish, it has that structure. It's not overwhelming over the cocktail. Some of the bottom shelves we had, it has either been too strong, too much ethanol, or whatever. This might be a really
And it has that classic bourbon flavor. So if you're making an old fashioned, something with a lot, or not bourbon, it has a whiskey flavor. I don't even know if it's a bourbon, but it has a really good whiskey flavor. So in a whiskey cocktail, that's 80% whiskey, that's gonna be really good for you.
Let's go a little guessing, Alan.
I don't know if it's bourbon. After thinking about it, it doesn't smell necessarily like a bourbon, and it has more of a bready palate. So I'm gonna say it's not a bourbon.
That's correct.
Okay, 3 in a row.
That's weird to think.
It's weird. I don't know. Is it malted? No. Malt? Okay, this is all over the place then. I didn't get enough spice. Is it rye?
It's rye.
Okay.
It's not very rye.
It's not rye. I would get a little spice if I search a little mitness, but it had more of that maltiness to it, and then almost that corn aftertaste.
From the nose to the finish, if someone blinded this for me, there's no way in the world that I would think this is a rye. There's just nothing about it that gives it away. It might be similar to a high rye bourbon because it has that weirdness to it, but you still don't think rye.
But it definitely doesn't have that bourbonness to it. It's missing that sugar. Okay, so we got a rye product here.
It's not a Rittenhouse rye. Rittenhouse is very sweet still.
It's still Evan Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day. 100?
100.
100, yeah, that's classic 100 proofer. And Big Six,
Yeah. It's one of the most unpopular ryes from the Big Six, though. Probably one of the most unpopular offerings from the Big Six.
It's got to be a Beam or a Heaven Hill product of a rye.
It's one of those two.
It's Knob Creek rye?
No, it's the old Overholt over there, the red lid.
Old Overholt. Straight rye whiskey.
So, I looked it up. This is Jim Beam.
I wouldn't have guessed this in 10 million years, bro.
This is probably the least known brand from Jim Beam, maybe.
I've never even wouldn't even know.
We bought this server for another video, so I thought you might guess it especially when you got rye 100 proofer.
I forgot about this bottle.
Yeah.
This is the one we didn't try.
Yeah. There's 3 different offerings. I think there's an 80 or 91, there's the 101, and there's 114 proof as well. I believe this is, so it's from Jim Beam / Old Granddad. So I think this is the Old Granddad bonded rye version.
Gotcha.
That's my understanding is from Beam. It's how Rare Breed has, or 101 has rye or whatever.
Yeah.
Heaven Hill, rye.
You got a Quaker on the front, looks like.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Quaker.
It's good. It's not great. It's $25. I hate the tinted bottle.
Yeah.
Because that's what I also gave it away. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, a bunch of international whiskey. It also threw me off because I was like, it's just a lot darker. Like when you pour it, it's so much darker coming out of that than you expect.
Yeah, usually when they tint it, you're compensating for their lack of color.
But I think it's good. Let me know if you guys have tried other old Overholt stuff.
I don't imagine many people have tried any of this, right? This is gonna be like a sleeper.
It's definitely a sleeper, but there's no way I would ever buy this over Rittenhouse.
No.
Rittenhouse blows this out of the water.
Not even close.
We might need to do a budget 100 proof rye blend. If this had a tad bit more sweetness, I'm not sure, I think the mash bill on this is undisclosed. If this had a tad more sweetness, I think it might be a competitor to Rittenhouse, but then it's Rittenhouse.
At that point, it's Rittenhouse. And I do like it better than the old Bullet Rye, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, it's over there somewhere. But this stands up so much better.
To me, yeah.
This is probably pretty close to the 12-year Bullet Rye, and this is a 4-year-old age statement, and then that's a 12-year-old age.
It tastes like a rye. The product's weird to me because if you're a bourbon drinker, you're not going to pick it up because it's a rye. If you're a rye drinker, it doesn't taste like rye that much.
It's a weird medium, but it's a good cocktail one.
It is a good cocktail one, and
because
it's cheap.
Of that. Yeah.
But it's also, if you're a Beam fan, you wouldn't even think that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. Just a weird product in the market that I don't know how they're still selling our bottles to keep it as a product.
Yeah, I'm with you. So let me know what you guys think, and then of course, as always, let us know if you have any other bottles that are under $30. Scotch, Irish whiskey, rye, bourbon, malt, corn whiskey, you name it. We're going whiskeys under $100. That's what it's always been. We were only doing bourbon the first few seasons.
Yeah.
It's kind of opened up to a whole nother world. They've not been all good. They've not all been terrible, but it's been fun trying new stuff.
It makes it harder to think in your head and guess and compare different things. Opens your mind up to a lot of things.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think, and cheers. We'll see you next week.